I'm Aaron.
And I'm Samantha.
And in this video, we're going to talk to you about some questions that you should ask, specifically 10 of them, before joining any MLM.
Yes, otherwise known as network marketing. They are not all created equally.
No, they're not.
So these are some really important things you should think about before saying yes to starting your business. And we are stay-at-home, mostly entrepreneurs, super passionate about business. So we are coming from we did say yes to a company, but these are really important questions and differences that they have that you might not be aware of. So before you say yes, here are some things to ask. Number one, what is the initial investment? So do you have to invest up front a large sum of money? Do you have to spend a certain amount every month? How much investment are you going to have to do at the beginning?
Which is a great question, because really that impacts your bottom line. That was the first thing I ever looked at when we started looking at different network marketing or different jobs or different entrepreneurial things, is what is actually the bottom line? Is my cost to return on investment ratio, what does that look like? And so that's a huge thing to ask before you join a company.
Totally. Thing number two, do you have to keep stock at home? Do you have to house a whole bunch of products? Where are you going to put that?
And if you've got a huge barn out back somewhere, that's great. But if not, you should rethink that.
Maybe not. Number three, is there a monthly expectation of amount of sales or classes? Do you have somebody you're reporting to every month that you have to hit certain minimums or you lose your business status? What does that look like?
Sure, and some of that can be really helpful for you if you're someone who really needs someone to push you every month. But they can also be a little bit enslaving. So that's a really good thing for you to think through.
Do you want to be enslaved? Yeah, you should think about that. Number four, can you lose money? And this is the one that is huge. You need to ask this. This is why a lot of network marketing gets a bad rap, is because people lose money and talk about it after. And it's a fair question and a fair thing. It doesn't have to be like that, but you need to know if that's the case. Do you have to keep investing money to keep a business status when you know you're not going to make anything that month? And kind of just keep throwing money at it, and when do you decide to stay or pull out? And so that's an important question. That's one of the most important. Are you gonna lose thousands of dollars over the next couple of years? Yeah. And just keep trying to make it work. Number five, what is their marketing or sales approach? So do you align with their values of the company? And you might not have to love and agree with absolutely everything, but is their approach to business and other people you watch doing the business something you can emulate? If you are watching them and they seem like down to earth and I'm thinking of the things that I watched people do for a few years and I thought I can do what they're doing. But if you see other people that the company is maybe more pushy and cheesy in their sales and all the typical things that you think, and you're like, I'm going to make it different. If it's in the fabric and the culture of a company, that's going to be really hard for you. And so just watch the people that you're going to be entering business into. How do they share about it? Is that something you can see yourself doing? 6, is there a minimum monthly purchase? Kind of talked about that one, about losing money, but again, is there something you have to spend every month? Can you skip a month of ordering if you need to financially? Is there any wiggle room in that, or are you stuck in something?
Yeah, because you never know financially what you're going to walk through. I remember we were at this one part in one of our businesses where we moved, and all of a sudden our complete finances drastically changed, and we didn't know that it was coming. Yeah. And thankfully, we were part of a network marketing that didn't have that, and so that was a huge blessing. So you never know what's coming down the line. Yeah,
for sure. Is there any overhead costs? So if you're starting the business, do you have to pay to run a website? Or if you are hosting classes, there's a certain requirement for what you need to product you need to buy to create a class, or any sorts of those things. So is there any overhead costs that you have to have? Number 8, can you lose your business status by not producing enough within a certain amount of time? That kind of goes back to the monthly classes and monthly quotas. But even if it's just over 6 months, is there certain ways that you can lose your business status? I know some companies make you pay to switch from a distributor to have a business account, and you don't just get the opportunity to do a business as a distributor. You actually have to officially switch your account to a business account, and there's usually a cost associated with that.
Kind of like when you change your flights, from this time to this time, they charge you.
And you're like, this is so much money.
This made my vacation horrible.
I'm still doing almost the same thing. Number 9, is their product something you would use if you weren't selling? I think that's huge.
That's the most important one, I think, for me
I'd actually top that to losing money.
If you don't love the product, if you're not a product of the product, if you don't enjoy it, if the only reason that you're getting involved in this is because you want to make money, that's a horrible reason, right? That's the reason why you got out of the job that you were in. is because you didn't enjoy the things that you were doing. And now you're going to put yourself back into that position, and everyone's going to know you as that person that sells that product, and you actually don't like that product.
And you can tell.
That's going to come through. That's going to come through. You may be able to mask it for a while.
Yeah.
Not that long.
And even from the financial side, is it something you would be purchasing anyways? Would it be in your budget? Or are we like swapping out something you already have in your budget? Again, with this question, is it a product that people need? Because that can really shift the opportunity for income. If it's not something that people really need, it's just kind of a novelty item, it might not have the staying power. And so you could build a business, and I've known other network marketing companies that have shut down years later because they weren't making a profit anymore because it wasn't something people actually need. It was just kind of a novelty item.
Yeah, it's like, is your thing repression or
reproducible?
Is it reproducible?
Is that
No, like if there's a huge financial thing that happens, are people still going to buy this product, or is this something that's going to go by the wayside?
Yeah,
because what we've experienced, especially 2008, 2009, is when that happened, that we both experienced when we were in university. All of a sudden, jobs are gone, all these things are gone, and so a lot of these companies that started, all of a sudden, you're losing thousands and thousands of dollars because people aren't buying the product anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of ties into that, but is this a product something that people will actually consume?
Yeah.
And so, is it something they're going to buy once and never need again? Like, that's just not going to create a monthly income for you. But when you maybe
and that's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. Yeah, it doesn't produce actual residual income where people are ordering stuff every month because it's part of their lifestyle, it's what they need, and it's not just these random one-time purchases like 5 times in their life or something. That doesn't create residual income.
That's why they put grocery stores where they do and stock them with the things that they do, is because they know that you're going to need them, you're within proximity, and you're going to come there, and they make a profit off of it. So that's something that's always going to be, you're always going to need food, right? Yeah. So like, is the kind of company that you're partnering with, are they that sort of an MLM? Like, are they that network marketing, or it's an actual product you love that you need, and or is it something that isn't going to be there?
Question 11. We're already at 11 questions, actually, more than 10.
Bonus questions.
Bonus or 2 bonus questions. How long has the company been in business, and are they still growing? So this might not mean that a company is not worth putting your time into if they're newer, but it's something worth asking. They don't really have stats to show you of interest and if they're like how they're handling their finances and all of those things. And so you just have to recognize that it is a bit more of a risk if they're a really new company. And then even if they've been around for a while, are they still growing? Are they opening in new markets around the world? Are those markets growing? Those are really important things to ask too. Last bonus question. Do you have a team of people you're joining that are going to support you in this business? And that is kind of a bonus question. It isn't really so much about the business itself or the company itself, but the team of people that you're joining. Network marketing really is a lot about teams and people coming together that are going to support you, going to give you resources and guidance, and those moments when you get stuck. Because even if you do find the perfect network marketing company, you're still going to have days that are discouraging and wondering if this is going to work for you, etc. And so you need people that feel like family and community. That might not feel like family right away. That might be a weird thing to say, but people that like love and support you over time. And so asking those questions. So those are the questions that we think you should
it's even one of those things, right? Like if I'm going to work with somebody really closely, I want to make sure there's somebody that I would want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Like, are they someone I actually enjoy being around? Do I love the way that they approach things? Like, and so that's a really important question as well. Like, we've all had those jobs where we've worked with that person, and you're like, if I could just not be with that person, I would.
It's funny when people come to your mind.
Oh, immediately, don't they? They're just there.
Sorry.
And so that's a really big thing, right? It's like, which company are you choosing? What kind of culture are you in? And then is that something that you want to reproduce for other people?
Yeah. So no matter what company you're thinking about joining into, these questions are really important to ask. We are going to tell you in the next video which one we chose, how we answered all those questions, and found a company that fit all of those.
Yeah.